part of which part of the battle you want to know about. Every facet of it was hard. I mean, I don't think I'll ever experience another project like it again. Like the fact that every facet of it was difficult, and I think that was par for the course. I think being an outsider, a guy who makes sweatshirts talking about video games, what right do you know, what right do you have, kind of a thing. Breaking down that cynicism, even on the front line with the developer. You definitely added to the time. It added to reasons why things were, that it took longer to make the game. So every facet from, wrangling the publisher, nailing down the developer, to editing out the levels that you had to just cut because of scope, to, everything.
What's the most enjoyable?
Everything. The same thing. It's like everything was enjoyable about it. It was the best education. It was like being able to, selfishly, professionally, the whole thing was enjoyable. I mean, as a kid, I was into comic books, and I would fantasize about making a comic. I think this stems from that time as early as 4th or 5th grade. When you'd sit there with these delusions of being able to make a comic and kind of be able to kind of explore those emotions professionally with the video game development, and the whole process was amazingly gratifying professionally. Like every facet, you get every new build, no matter how broken it was, no matter how buggy it was like Christmas every time you get to, build this. It is our intent. There'll be some other kind of 1.5 products before then, though. So that's really what's on my horizon right now. I really want to take the brand and extend the brand online through a lot of the trend of what's happening with the Xbox arcade and with PS3's online strategy. So I think what you'll see is a beat between 1 and 2 in terms of the full-fledged console, the big shrines that take years to build. You'll see different iterations that show up in the handheld universe and online in terms of our next step. But definitely getting up to, and it'll exploit the hard drive. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna exploit the hard drives. It's huge.
How's the talks with Nintendo to get the Revolution?
Oh man, he's killing me on potential press announcements.
So, your show.
Yeah, the Revolution is very, very exciting. You can imagine how it could relate to our game, and it's clearly on the radar. You can imagine playing the game, with the controller, So we're thinking about it, even testing something. It's funny, I don't even see that it's next gen from a game design. It's not next gen in terms of tech, because it's really principally like a souped up PS2. So it's very exciting that the competitive edge that Revolution has. I don't know if I'm going, you can kick me if I'm going in the wrong place here. What's that?
Nintendo.
Yeah, but Nintendo's exciting because in principle it's challenging game designers to think about the core competency of game design. And it's not about these huge heavy to lift code that takes forever to build and just like a super high polished version of something else that might happen. The Revolution really is revolutionary on principle. The fact that they could, they're going to challenge game designers to have to put the code down for a minute in terms of the scope, to think about designing things still within the size of PS2, but at their core could be so much more dynamic than what PS2 was in terms of game experience. So there's a lot of buzz on the inside about that being one of the most exciting, if not the most exciting game platforms to design for. We'll see if they can capture a broad demographic, because Nintendo does have kind of a younger slant or a very hardcore gamer slant in terms of who the core demo is. So it'll be interesting to see how they market themselves. It's exciting.